Hello, this is our beauty standards presentation by Sydney Brown.
Harley Moore,
Valeria Mejia Correa,
Sebastian Gutierrez,
and Daniel Weinberg.
In these past few years, social media has become a very popular source of entertainment for high schoolers. But even though social media can have positive impact on teenagers, it can also be very harmful to teenagers. With the access to social media, you are able to interact with friends, family, and possibly even make new friends. But social media does come with many unrealistic social norms of beauty that can be overwhelming for teenagers.
social media usage in the US has impacted the social norms of beauty among different high school genders by causing unattainable beauty standards to surface, which has caused a lot of harm to young people's self-esteem in many ways.
Since prehistory, there has been an ideal body that young men and women have always been striving to achieve. But since the influence of social media, that unrealistic ideal has been magnified because of the fact that social media has such a big influence over young people now. Social media has so much control over young people that it can be damaging to their self-esteem, which can in turn become damaging to their mental health as well. Young men and women are always feeling pressured to be perfect for social media, with people posting their perfect bodies and perfect lifestyles, not knowing that in reality, their lives are not all that perfect. Stereotypes have also caused people to be seen in a negative light, which can be harmful to young people on social media, constantly being harassed because of things you can't change because of the stereotype around it. For example, skin color.
Self-presentation and physical appearance. Media plays a substantial role in teenagers' lifestyles and in society. Social media usage in the United States has developed difficult boundaries for genders to be seen as appealing to viewers, in which it has pressured many high school genders into trying to follow these irrational beauty standards. According to Malkoff, social media's impact on self-image, it shows the importance of physical appearance between avid, regular, and non-users. More than half of avid users believe that one's physical appearance is extremely important, and more than half of non-users believe it's somewhat important. When it comes to self-esteem, most users have high self-esteem, but some users still partake in either low or neutral self-esteem. At the end of the chart, it shows that most users are dissatisfied with their overall look. With the influence of popular creators and well-known influencers with a large following, teen self-esteem has lowered. With all of the popular social media platforms nowadays, including Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, the media has created these impossible beauty standards that teens are expected to follow to be seen as attractive in the media's eyes. High school genders are constantly comparing themselves to others seeking attention and validation. Media can internalize thoughts of one's physical appearance, causing many adults to result in body dissatisfaction because they don't resemble someone's physical beauty. Because of society's ideal or perspective on physical appearances, which creates these negative impacts. But with the influence of friends, family, and the media, it can magnify one problem with self-presentations, which can encourage many individuals into following societal beauty ideals.
social media's beauty ideals has caused many teenagers to go towards the side of deception to be able to achieve such ideals. Everyone presents themselves with an ideal self on emphasis on their desired traits. It leads to a lot of unrealistic ideas. For example, a lot of SNS messaging features, such as Instagram and Snapchat, have filters that can modify a person's outward look appearance to be what they want. There's one study that shows a person in Facebook, the more upward social comparisons they engaged in, the poorer their self-esteem was. It's by Vogel and others. It also shows that many teenagers have tried many attempts to have said perfect selfie just to show everyone how good their life is, when it's unrealistic. Oh, many many people are many adolescents, since they're trying to achieve such perfection, are faced with low self-esteem. There is a doctor with some notes called Dr. Dubrick. They said kids spend so much time on social media trying to post what they think the world is a perfect life. Look how happy I am. Look how beautiful I am. Look at, without they're worried their friends won't accept them. They're afraid of being rejected. And if they're getting positive feedback from their social media accounts, they might worry what their friends like isn't the real them. This shows that, furthermore, teenagers are pressured to be something they're not. And when they try being their real selves, they're scared and have low self-esteem, afraid of what's going to happen with their friends.
In the conclusion of Brian's research from Merrimack College, they state the results display how girls formulate beauty standards from the media, assuming if they do not look like the pictures viewed, they are considered unattractive. This use of social media as a means of evaluation is dangerous in combination with the persistent lying that occurs on the site. In a longitudinal survey conducted by Diane Rise and others, the results showed that more frequent social media usage resulted in an augmented desire to receive cosmetic surgery, an increased willingness of adolescents to undergo permanent changes to their bodies after continued use of social media is telling for their body image. A Pew survey conducted by Susan Herring and Sandra Kapitzik indicated that 56% of American adolescents with online profiles posted false information on social media sites. These results depict the pressures of social media. More than 50% found it necessary to lie than being themselves in front of their peers and the public. The findings of a research paper displayed that self-objectification of girls occurred faster when interacting with photo features on Facebook. This analysis of data provided by Brian elaborates on the pressures experienced by adolescents. The increase in self-objectification due to higher social media usage is representative of the higher stress social media causes. According to Kim Sun-woo and Lee Yuri, teenagers between the ages of 13 and 18 suffer from eating disorders caused by a negative body image. Thus, because social media causes detriments to the body image of teenagers, it also leads to an increased risk in the development of eating disorders. In an interview with Sarah Marsh, a teenager describes the trouble of two of her friends. They are both struggling with eating disorders, and the positive feedback on their social media makes it harder to stop. This struggle to drop a dangerous habit due to popularity on a social site displays the grasp of social media's beauty standards on teenagers.
According to various studies, social media has put much pressure on men to strive for a certain ideal body image. In one such meta-analysis conducted by Christopher Barley and others for the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology highlights in the tables shown here that males from ages 13 to 22 generally have experienced increased pressure from social media and as a result have shown higher levels of body dissatisfaction. From the International Encyclopedia of Social and Behavioral Sciences by Susan Herring and Sandra Kapitzik state that teens' increased tendencies to model their online presence based around certain body images and ideals suggests an overall phenomena of self-commodification. It is later stated that this is likely unconscious due to internalization of social media. The impact social media has had on beauty norms is so widespread and so frequently shown that popular standards for the way people should be perceived have become common to the point that people don't even realize they are presenting themselves in this way. It has simply become the norm. In a, in a research article by Kim Sum-woo and Lee Yuri, an interviewee states that she feels inferior to her more beautiful friend because pretty girls receive more comments on Facebook. This highlights the fact that social media has had a severe impact on self-esteem by making people feel inferior to others because they may not look a certain way and show that an increased pressure to earn more likes and comments on posts leads to dissatisfaction when people feel they cannot meet these standards. In a paper written by Aaron Bryant for Merrimack College, it is also stated that over 50% of teen girls and 30% of boys use unhealthy weight control behaviors like smoking, fasting, skipping meals, and vomiting. It also mentions that male body dissatisfaction has tripled over the last 25 years. It is clear here that as a result of pressure from social media, teens have become increasingly dissatisfied with their bodies, and this dissatisfaction can even lead to unhealthy and even dangerous eating practices, all in an attempt to conform with societal norms.